What's up, everybody? We're keeping it rolling. I think while I'm at least not doing an actual pay per view, if I was doing a pay per view, I'd stay on, I'm sure, and there'd probably be more people watching. So I'd actually, in between fights, do some fan engagement. But let's be real. This is an ESPN Plus card. There's really it's weird if you're on here looking for live play by play. I'm looking to do like a live play by play where, like, if you're not watching a pay per view, you didn't feel like doling out the 65, $70 to watch this pay per view, but you're still interested in what's going on, or maybe you got money on a fight, or you want to know what happens in the main event. You get like a radio esque play by play where you can actually kind of visualize what's going on without doling out and watching the actual fight. So I'm just trying to get a little bit more used to calling live fights. Olynyk versus Dawkins was my first one. That was a lot of fun. It was also really helpful that it was very short. Congratulations to Chris Dawkins. But yeah, I'm just going to do like one fight at a time, end it, start a new live, just do fight by fight. A lot of weird stuff tonight. All but two fights so far have been finished. Two decisions. We had that incident where Chaz Skelly was literally finished his walkout. He was in the octagon waiting for his opponent. He's kind of walking around, all right. Music stops, waiting for the next guy to come out. Never happens. It was, who was it? He had a serious back spasm and couldn't make it out there. Man, Emmers. It was Emmers, Jordan Emmers. So I liked the post-fight interview by Skelly, who was like, dude, I did my job. I weighed in, I showed up, had my shirt off, was in the octagon, ready to throw down, finished everything that's part of my contract. The other guy couldn't make it. He also made a point like, hey, dude, that guy's in pain. I wish no ill will against him, but like, pay me. I did my job. I got to kind of side with him. We got Charles Rosa, 13-4. If you Charles Rosa's like last 10 fights is fascinating. If you're on SureDog, it looks like a beautiful Christmas thing because it's win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win. So history's on him losing this one. Derek Minner is the kind of guy where he's either going to submit you or get submitted, but he's going to try and take it to the ground. And I think that might be a problem for Charles. But Rosa's been here, done that in the UFC. He might be able to knock Minner out before it gets to that point. Mark Smith is the referee. They touch gloves. They don't touch gloves. Here we go. 4:55 in the first round, if you're curious. Toe-to-toe, bouncing around. Leg kick by Minner. Doesn't really land. Another leg kick by Minner. Clinches up. They're in the center of the octagon. Knee by Minner. Another knee by Minner. Rosa looks fine. Minner misses another leg kick. This is at featherweight. Bouncing, trying to read each other. Rosa keeps the center of the octagon. Just trying to time each other. Maybe those knees did more to Rosa than I thought because he started trying to land stuff, but they exchanged leg kicks. Now Minner walking in. Throws a few shots. They all miss. That left hook landed. They're clinched up near the cage, and they separate. Toe-to-toe. Cancel leg kicks. Really just kind of trying to feel each other out here. A lot of bouncing. It's like a bounce house in here. Oh, combination by Minner. Might have hurt Rosa there. Rosa misses a leg kick. Rosa's trying to come in, kick to the body. Minner catches it and takes him down against the cage. Minner's on his side. Rosa works his way up to his feet, but Minner is on him. Minner is locked up around him, not quite on his back, but around his side, around his left arm. And Minner spins him to the ground and is in full mount. Rosa is on his back, mounted. They're hand fighting. Rosa reclaims half guard. Minner just holding on to his neck. Couple elbows. Rosa's very active off his back, but he's getting beat up here. Rosa's now almost into butterfly. Minner's just on top of his right shin, and Minner works his way across and over to side control. That knee is still kind of in there. Side control for Minner. And Minner steps over his head for a second. Rosa spins out of it. And now Rosa is into one butterfly hook, but largely full guard. Elbow from Minner. There is complete full guard for Rosa, trying to push Minner up, maybe try and set up a triangle. Throws the legs up, but Minner's wise to it. He's trying to push Minner up. And Rosa does the backward somersault. Rosa ends up back on top. Rosa turns to his front. He's trying to grab a leg. He's trying for a knee bar. Rosa is trying to get a knee bar on Minner. Minner just reads it perfectly and stacks him. They're in a weird position I can't quite call. And back to full guard. And Rosa spins to his stomach. Kind of on his side now. And Minner is on top of him. Minner is floating really well, making sure that even with all the scrambles that Rosa is producing, Minner stays floating and stays on top. Now Minner's just kind of leaning on him. Rosa's on his kind of not quite his back, but his side. Oh, Rosa tries to spin out of it. They're in north-south. Armbar getting set up by Rosa. It's not there. And side control for Minner. Minner lands an elbow. Rosa spins. Minner floats. Minner floats again. He's back on his full mount with Rosa to the side. He's trying to set an arm in. Nope. Yeah, he's trying to set up the arm triangle. Arm triangle here. Rosa's defending well. Rosa has Minner's right leg, and that is what's saving him on this arm triangle attempt. Minner is squeezing. Rosa regains full guard, and the arm triangle is done. Rosa's trying to kick Minner off. 47 seconds remaining in the first round. Minner floats. He's on Rosa's back now, and Rosa spins, tries to get some kind of arm bar. Rosa has his legs, trying to figure out what to do with them. Rosa's trying to set up a heel hook. And Minner does the patented hammer fist to the butt. Trying for a knee bar now here is Rosa, and Minner is just beating his side. 17 seconds left. Minner's way too smart. Oh, Rosa's trying to get that ankle. Rosa just can't quite figure out how to submit this guy. Minner's just too good in the submission game to be submitted on one of these heel hooks. And that is it for round number 1. Certainly a win in that round for Derek Minner. But Rosa's game. He threw up some submissions, tried his best, did a lot of scrambling, but Minner was just floating way too well to handle it. Wouldn't quite say a 10-8 round, but I could see it. But yeah, Rosa has to make sure he does not let this thing get back to the ground. I could certainly, Rosa was doing good enough. He might be able to find a submission, but Minner is so good at the floating to stay on the top position as they scramble. And Rosa was trying his best to try and get one of those legs and set up either a heel hook or a knee bar, but Minner is just so intelligent when it comes to submissions. He's probably not going to be able to get it. They're really pushing for these 30 for 30s. Thank you guys if you are watching. This is only my second fight I've ever called. I'm just trying it out. Rosenstrike versus God next weekend. All right, here we go. Round 2, touch gloves. Minner's walking him down. Leg kick by Minner. Oh, and a left hook by Minner. Front kick by Minner. Rosa's trying to find something. Oh, Minner drops Rosa with a couple of right hands, and now he has his back. Minner has his back. He's trying to figure out what to do. Rosa has Minner's right arm locked up, so Minner can't quite do anything. He's just got to lay on top of him here. Minner gets a hook in. 2 hooks. Minner has his back, but Rosa turns into him. And the floating from Minner holds tall. Minner is back on top, full mount, trying to set up an arm triangle. But Rosa's up against the fence on the side that Minner would need to be on to finish the submission. So Rosa seems to be just fine right now. Fine as in not being tapped, but he's being dominated. He's mounted. Right hand, hammer fist from Minner. Just keeping Rosa flat on his back. Not letting him do anything. He's still in full mount. Just pressing his shoulder into Rosa's face. Rosa's scrambling with his legs, but he can't even regain half guard. He might have just regained half guard. This is a really bad camera angle. But it's always good to get a look at Herb Dean's ass. Scramble. Minner's on his feet, stacking on top of Rosa. They're in that weird 69. I probably shouldn't describe it like that. But yeah, Rosa's trying to find an arm and find a way to get one of his legs under Minner into the other side to set up an arm bar. And he might just do it. Nope. And Minner was wise to it and pulled his arm right out of there. Now Minner's just on top of the turtled Charles Rosa. Minner gets a hook. Nope. Rosa scrambles well, and he's trying to set up a triangle. Rosa has one leg over the shoulder. Minner has the other leg too tied up for him to set up the triangle. Minner is so smart at all these submission positions. So good defensively on him. And Minner works his way all the way into full guard, trying to kind of can opener Rosa, so like pulling his neck up. Couple shots to the body for Minner. Tries to step over, and Minner has full mount. He's trying to set up a head and arm. Trying to set up that same choke, but once again, the fence is in the way of Minner to finish that submission. Now he just postures up, tries a guillotine, but it's a bad angle. He might have it. Bad angle for Minner, but he's trying. If nothing else, with 150 left in the second round, Rosa has had nothing, and this would certainly be a 10-8 round. Elbow from Minner. Rosa's still throwing his legs up, trying to do something. Rosa turtles. Minner takes his back. No hooks in. Rosa gets to his feet, but Minner is on his back. Rosa is completely backpacked by Minner. Minner has both hooks. Rosa tries to jump back and throw Minner down. Minner had his back and then floated all the way into full mount again. And this time he's trying to set up the arm triangle again. And the fence is not on that side. So Rosa turns to his right to try and avoid this. Minner has it, but he's still in full mount. He could try and step over. Oh, and there he goes. Oh, he has this hidden arm. Oh, this is it. Or arm triangle. Rosa looks to be in serious trouble here. It's getting tighter and tighter. Rosa does have the elbow in there, so that does relieve some of the pressure, and Rosa throws his legs all the way across, and now Rosa has an arm bar. Minner is wise to it and flips right over it. Now Minner. They're tied up, both on their sides. Now Minner has his back. 25 seconds remaining in the second round. Rosa is trying everything, but he's just being out-grappled here tonight. Big elbow from the top by Minner. Rosa tries for another armbar, and it's, Rosa has an armbar. Minner just spun out of it easily. 3 seconds left. Couple hammer fists from the bottom from Rosa. And that is 2 rounds for Derek Minner. I don't know, a lot of offense off the back at the end of that round by Rosa, but I'd be leaning towards a 10-8 round there for Derek Minner. Boy, I really hope Minner's first name is Derek, or I'm an idiot. I just kind of committed to it too far into the fight to go back. So, let me look quick. And it sure is Derek. Thank goodness. You guys have been like, what the hell are you doing? So yeah, certainly 2 rounds to 0. Argument could be made for the first round being 10-8. Better argument could be made for the second round being 10-8. But no matter what, Charles Rosa is going to have to try and find a finish. He really needs to avoid tying up with Minner. But Minner even hurt him with a couple strikes on the feet, and that's why they clinched up. Mark Smith setting him up. P3. That's a meme going around. Just everything's P3. P3 is the pro of the UFC. All right, round 3, here we go. Minner looks pretty tired, but so does Charles. Overhand right partially lands for Minner. Minner's walking Charles back. Combination. Charles ducks in for a takedown. Minner says thank you and is on top of Rosa. Minner with a guillotine position, but on the wrong side, so he's just kind of holding Rosa, not letting him do anything. Rosa's trying to turtle his body together and try and find a submission, but Minner's just holding his head there. Now Minner with his left hand around. Oh, Rosa gets loose and is trying to set up an armbar, but Minner is just so wise to it. Knows exactly how to lean his body to make sure that the submission just can't be set up. Minner floating around him. Rosa in turtle position. Minner on his back kind of side. Rosa spins to his back. And now Minner is in full side control. Rosa turns in towards him and now turtles up again. Minner trying to step over, take his back. Rosa gets up to his feet, but Minner's on him. And Minner pulls him to the ground. Has his back. Rosa's trying to Kimura here. And Minner wisely steps over his own arm and stops the Kimura attempt. And now, the second that Rosa lets go of this Kimura, because he's not going to get it, he's going to find himself mounted again by Darrick Minner. Rosa's putting everything into that Kimura, but Minner's just in the correct position. It's not going to happen. Rosa might use this to reverse, though. He's really throwing. Now they're in a sort of north-south. Rosa lets go of the arm, and Minner is in full guard. Charles Rosa, he's trying his best, but Minner is just leagues above him when it comes to these grappling exchanges. Minner on top in full guard still. Charles trying to set up some kind of arm. Trying to pull an arm, maybe find a triangle choke. He's just, he's frustrated. He just can't put anything together. Minner throws both his legs to the side and takes side control. Charles regains, tries for some arm bars. Minner has his legs stacked. Lands an elbow from the top. Rosa has an armbar here. Minner's trying to stack, but this is probably the best submission attempt that Rosa has had. The problem is that Minner is actually on Charles's left hand, so he can't use that hand to try and help. Oh, he sets up a triangle. And Minner spins. Now it's just the very bloodily faced Charles Rosa trying to Americana, the arm maybe. He's just trying whatever he can, but somewhere in those last few ground and pounds for Minner, Rosa is absolutely pouring from his face. Still on his back, still trying to throw up some kind of submission, some kind of armbar. Minner is just so intelligent. And Minner spins and sits his knee on top of his chest. They're in north-south. Minner's trying to set up a north-south choke here. And Rosa's trying to wall walk to reverse that position. Has both feet way up on the fence. Minner's just holding his head down there. He's not going to get that choke from this position. Rosa turns into him, and Minner floats to the back. Rosa turns to his belly. Rosa's turtled. Minner's on top. Minner gets a hook in, second hook in, has his back. Minner fully has his back. Rosa's trying to spin into Minner, but Rosa is just exhausted. We got 43 seconds remaining in this one. Minner's just holding him. Minner's tired. He's not going to be able to probably put Rosa away, but as long as he doesn't get finished, this is a absolutely perfect performance by Darrick Minner against I wouldn't say veteran, but a guy who's been in the UFC for a long time in Charles Rosa. just hanging on him. 18 seconds. As a body lock around the legs. Oh, and Rosa starts throwing elbows from this kind of side position that Minner is in. He's throwing left hooks. Minner's just covering up and taking them. 2 seconds, 1 second. Probably not the wisest way for Minner to end that round, just taking shots. But Minner gets up and he looks pumped. Certainly no doubt he won that fight. It was a bad look for Minner to just let Rosa start throwing elbows and land hooks on him while he was on his side, but got the job done. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to listen to the judges' scores without getting in trouble. Let's see. I'll figure something out. This is why we're doing this. We're learning stuff. Let's see. Let me... Yeah, I'm not sure how to do this because I know if the audio gets caught of the actual UFC broadcast on the YouTube live, it gets taken down. So trying to figure out how to do this exactly. I guess I could mute me, listen to the scorecards, tell you guys. Does that make sense? I don't know about this. People who do this like professionally know how to do this. I guess I could try and get a second headset that's not listening to my own voice and put that one in this ear to hear the call. All right, 30-26, 29-28, and 29-27. All for Derek Minner. Ooh, that was a good time. WWE bottom line, how many rounds? I'm pretty sure WWE's the wrong sport for me, champ. But are you talking about odds? It says WWE bottom line. Oh, that's actually him. How many rounds, total rounds? It went to a decision. That's I'm sorry. I was reading the name of the guy thinking that was part of the messages. It went to a decision. Derek Minner wins. A couple of 10-8, all different scorecards, but domination by Derek Minner over Charles Rosa, but by decision. So sorry if you had the under. 12 minutes and 7 seconds of ground control time for Derek Minner. Absolutely dominant. Yeah, Charles Rosa just couldn't figure out. I mean, in the strictly grappling fight, Minner was always going to beat him, so Rosa had to try and make sure it didn't get there. And actually, Rosa was just so tired. He was the one going for takedowns, and then Minner was like, thank you so much, and then he just dominated him. So that's it for this one. All we got left is the co-main event, Caitlyn Vera versus Yana Kunitskaya. And then it's Blades versus the Black Beast. So I'm going to kill this one. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, WWE Bottom Line, for being the first person to comment. I really do appreciate that. After I stopped the last video with the Olenek versus Dawkins, I found out that it was working with the mic correctly. So this setup is working. So happy me. All right, I'm going to kill this. If you want to tune in with me for Vera versus Kunitskaya, subscribe.